So guys, just the other day I took one of my students out onto the golf course and he's been really struggling taking his game from the driving range, where he's been hitting the ball nicely, out onto the golf course. And I saw two things with Jeff that is affecting a lot of people out there. And in this video, we're gonna have a look at these two things to transform, to really help you hit the ball like you're hitting it on the range and take it out onto the golf course. Guys, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you like the videos, plenty more at WorldClassGolf.com. Right, let's get stuck into it. Now, there's a couple of things I noticed on the course with Jeff. One was his right arm. We'll get into that. But the main cause was the timing at the top. On the range, he was really relaxed, hitting it nicely, and then got to the first tee and it sort of all froze up. And I gave it about 4 holes. I wanted to see if he could sort of like pick it up a little bit, or get relaxed and get moving, but in actual fact, it just got worse and worse. And around about the 5th hole, I said, Jeff, right, let's have a look at this. On the range, you were winding up your swing and you had almost like a little bit of a pause. You were getting this right hip to move up and back and finish the swing. Now, once we've got a little bit of tension, or once we sort of feel a little bit apprehensive, or maybe there's people looking at us, one of the first things you got to do is relax your arms, right? Relax your grip, because you'll grip a lot tighter without even noticing, and that goes through your whole body. But what we did is we got this right hip to move up and back, and I always like to sort of have a look at this. Imagine you've got some string in this right pocket, and we pull it up and back. Now, I've spoken a lot about symmetrical knee work. It sounds technical, but it's the ability to draw the right side back. The amount that the left knee goes forwards, the right knee goes back. This is a really, really good drill with an alignment stick or a tour stick, whatever you call it. Place it one club head here, width away from your heel. Right, now take your address position, pop the club on your shoulders. Now, when you wind this club up, what I want to try and get is we get the club head and the shoulder, so the grip and the shoulder back behind the ball. Now, if you don't turn your right leg, it's really hard to do that. And for some of the aging players out there, you guys really need to get this right hip drawing back and really turning the hips up to 45, 50 degrees. That's what Dr. Neil says. Get the seniors to wind it up a little bit more. If you've got the club on your shoulders, when you draw it back, you want to get the end of that grip pointed a yard outside the ball, or as close as you can to get to that position. That's the PGA average. That's around 40 degrees. And if you want to measure that, you can have a look at SWINGSLAPP in the App Store on your cell phones. I know that's not for everybody, but a lot of people out there filming your swing. The closer you get to it, the better you hit. So guys, coming up, we've got the right arm checkpoint that improves everybody's ball striking. But this area here of the swing is affecting 95% of amateur golfers. Have a look at the right leg of the amateur. Have a look at the right leg of Rory McIlroy. Now, one of the checkpoints I love to use is draw a line down the back of the leg to see where it points, and that's outside the shoe. What we're seeing with great ball strikers in the PGA average is getting this line to point down towards the middle of the foot. This creates depth in your pivot, more turn, more speed, effortless power, timing, sequence. One of the keys to great ball striking. When we see amateur players from this position, what happens a lot of the time is they're kicking the leg then forwards, moving towards the ball, hips thrusting, knee coming out, no space, no room, and getting an impact with the great players. And then look, I know it's Rory McIlroy, right? But we can all improve. We can all turn better. We can all get this right hit. This is one of the keys to consistent ball striking. Let's get further on in the video. Now, this is essential for aging players. Have a look how far Rory McIlroy turns here. Now, I know everyone can't turn like this, but we can all turn a lot more. Once we get the knees, the ankles, the hips, everything moving and turning, we can see how far Rory's turned. 50 degrees with his hips. This is compliments of Dr. Robert Neal, my partner, who's measured 550 PGA Tour players. So we're working with evidence-based instruction. Being able to turn your hips will help you wind up your shoulders, wind everything up, and give you time and give you power and give you space. As you're doing it, finishing your swing completely as we're moving it back. And this way we can really have time to move through the golf ball. Once you've turned, I really like to get this wallet. Once you've wound it up, I really want to get this wallet then to shift across a little bit. I like to say that I like people to turn up to the top, and then get your wallet to shift over, and that way we're moving forwards and through the ball. So guys, once we've wound it up, it's time to shift the wallet. Now this is the move. This is what brings your low point across. This is how we move through a golf ball, evidence-based instruction. And look at McElroy on the left of the screen, 4 to 6 inches of lateral shift is the PGA average. Watch the wallet shift across, closing up the gap of the knees. And you can see when the shift, as they're moving and driving forwards and the knees are closing up, you can see the lead shoulder lift. All right, now this is an important part, a little bit of side bend through the golf ball. This is going to help you turn, this is going to help you tilt. This is going to help you move like the great players really do. So guys, if you want me to analyze your swing, this is the software that I use. Your swing will be on the screen. It's the same as the YouTube video software. And you get side-by-side examples, you get the drills, you get everything. It goes for around 20 minutes, and you have unlimited contact with me. I can be your coach. So reach out to me at WorldClassGolf.com, and we'll work together and I'll get you moving in a better direction. Stick 1, stick 2. Stick 1, stick 2. Now, this is a great drill. What we're trying to do, we're trying to get about a club head width away from that trail heel. Like a club head width between stick 1, stick 2. You can use golf clubs. You take your address position, get the hands to cross over here with the club on your chest, and you point the grip down about a yard over the ball. That's the PGA zone. Stick 1, try and line it up with stick 1, because then you actually get the tilt and the amount of turn that you need. And then in transition, stick 1 to stick 2. So if you go here to stick 1 and stick 2's here, you've transitioned too early, you've twisted too early, I probably should say. Right, you turn too early. But if we go stick 1, stick 2, stick 1, stick 2, up to the top, stick 1, stick 2. And just look down at the ball, because you want to feel that, right? You want to be go, okay, so I feel definitely that this is passive, right? So from this side here, I'll just get away from the sticks, you'd wind it up, points about a yard over, and you got that initial, and like at impact, we're still going to open, right? We're still going to have that foot on the side, but just by transitioning 1, 2, the killer move is that. Even I get that. Everyone gets that under pressure. They get too early. This is up, block it to the right and left going left. Guys, so, and when you get that, you can do a little practice swings, sort of like this, and sort of move stick 1, stick 2. Like we've seen that move, that's the move, right? And this is where the foot's staying in. Once this is up, once this foot starts to move this way, it just doesn't do that, right? And when you think you've got a feel with that, then get in and give it a hit. Now, one of the things I saw with Jeff on the golf course was straightening this right arm, and getting this right arm really high, and the shoulders were open, and he even turned in this right foot, and he didn't have that on the driving range. We see this when players, and it doesn't matter how good you are, this happens to everyone. When we get a little bit, when the confidence is down, or a little bit unsure, we all have a couple of tendencies there. When we know what they are, when they creep in, it really gets into your game. So one of the things I said to him was like, let's get this right arm a little bit more tucked, so that when you take your grip, like your right hand's still on top, but the inside of this forearm is not pointing inwards. And this is really getting this right shoulder in an awkward position and the right arm. So what we did is a bit of a reminder. I got him just to tuck the right elbow a little bit, so that when he could take the address position here, we could see a little bit of this forearm, and that right foot, just this symmetrical footwork here, just flaring out your feet ever so slightly, helps us turn. This right arm has to fold, and it has to fold in the right way. Have a look at this. I've just put a T in the end of the grip here, and this is what we call, this is the ball line, right? A little bit of technique. We can be technical without being mechanical. When we're swinging back, if I've got that right arm here and it folds and moves in nicely, what happens is I get the end of this T to point down to the ball line. And the club's got weight, your arms have got weight. This keeps you in balance, this keeps you in plane. It just makes the technique just much, much better. And this is also for pitch shots. And I think it's really important for players to err on the side of keeping your elbows together. The wider your elbows, the worse it is. If you're setting up with a straight right arm, then you're off plane. You've got to make all sorts of compensation moves to get it back, and you can't turn. By getting this right arm slightly tucked, one of the checkpoints when you swing back, getting that T, drawing the hip back, we're in a position where we start to fall back down on plane, hit it from the inside, much, much easier. So guys, one of the things we see a lot with golfers is not letting the club head go on the golf course, right? So once you've wound it up and you're nice and relaxed, you've just let it go. Like if you're gonna make a mistake, make one with some style. And all you can do is pick your target, wind it up, but you gotta let it go. And once you can find that freedom, once you can find that fluidity of motion, I think it's really essential. Wind it up and just let that club head swing past you. That's one of the great things about using the rope to be able to free up. I love the feeling of how, when we swing the rope, the naturalness comes out, right? It's like when we get to the top, you can feel where the club releases. You can really feel that the club swings past the body, and we start to get some of that effortless speed and power. Keep your arms heavy. Like it's not like the hands are like a 0 out of 10, but somewhere we're like a 3 or a 4. Keep the grip nice and loose. Wind up the swing. Get that right hip, tuck that right elbow in, wind it up, get this elbow in, right hip back. And that way, I hit that one really nicely. We can start to move much freer through the golf ball, and taking that out onto the golf course is essential. Sometimes you can turn the grip around on the course and just let it swing, trying to find that rhythm and trying to find that feel.
Voted Best Swing Analysis and Best Online Instruction by several independent surveys, World Class Golf Instruction is transforming thousands of golfers at every skill level. Do not miss out. This video platform has over 1,400 videos and 85 separate masterclass series, the most structured and detailed video platform ever created, improving golfers on average between 4 and 11 shots. Join the chat room and join the community of world-class golf instruction. This is golf instruction that you've never seen before. The proven PGA corridors, factual evidence-based material. Unleash your true potential with the cutting-edge swing analysis technology. Experience the thrill of progress with the state-of-the-art practice programs and specialized golf fitness plans. Best information available.